Hello everyone and welcome to Becastled with me, Firefly Gaming. This is a pretty fun little indie game and I've played once through it before, but I decided to go for another playthrough. It's definitely a fun one. I like it a lot. And yeah, we'll get right into it. It's a city builder game, kind of. As you can see, there's the hexes here and all that kind of stuff. So here we have Advisor Solcris. Your Majesty, choose a site for the new castle and we'll begin to rebuild the kingdom. And here is our castle. We are going to go ahead and just turn it like so. There we are. Now, we are playing as the Sun People. You can see that we have sunstone. Our little worker here has a sunlit face. And, you know, it has a pretty good aesthetic about it. Now, the castle has been built. Indeed it has. Now we should build a sawmill, so that way we can start gathering wood. Wood early on is pretty important because you're going to be using it for really all of your structures, as opposed to necessarily... There we are. Hopefully that'll make it run a little bit smoother in the video. I know that it probably will have some trouble rendering. I have a pretty beefy setup. The only problem is it doesn't seem to translate very well to my videos. So we're going to go ahead and assign two of our little dudes over here to the sawmill, which they're going to go ahead and run and grab some trees. I think this hex is going to be our sawmill stuff. Now over here, this is actually a newer update. They have some wolves over here which we would need to take care of. So far though, it looks like we're doing okay for food. We have some cows, some sheep, here's some stone. Those are some flowers that we can use. The flowers actually, they allow for creating farms. There's some deer over here. We do have a couple wolves dens, but I think we'll be able to kind of ignore those as much as possible. And then we have some nice big open space over here and kind of down here that we can put our city buildings. Obviously this is a demo, so it's not necessarily going to be the most fully uh, put together thing in the world. There's obviously things that they're going to be adding in the future. And I am, in fact, pretty excited for the future of this game. So we're going to go ahead and take over this guy right over here, and we're going to be placing down a farm. Sorry, a field. Just kidding, a field. Right over here on this wheat, which is where the flowers are. I guess that's wild wheat. That's what the gray things are here, is wild wheat. So let's go ahead and place down a field. And we're going to place it pretty, I would say close in, because we know that we're going to be expanding our borders outwards. And our goal is to get to 60 food production. I would have to agree with that. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to capture this tile, because I want to set up another sawmill as soon as possible. And then once we do get the extra guys, I'd like to get these sheep so that we can get even more food production. Because as with every city building game, econ is everything. We're going to go ahead and assign a couple guys over here to work the field, so that way we can get enough food production up and running. There we are. Now we go over to our resources. Let's go ahead and get another sawmill in. And we're going to keep it pretty close to the other one. The reason why is because it does take a little while for them to gather those things up. While they're doing that, I'd like to put in another house if possible. Now the enemies in this game are the night people, or the moon people, I guess is actually the better term. The moon people. And they come in at night, and they want to destroy everything that is the Sun Kingdom. And we do not want that to happen. So we have to defend our lands against the oncoming of the night. Which I think as soon as we get this stone, that's about as far north as we'll be expanding. We might want to grab that one just for maybe some military production or something of the like. We also have the hunting that we could do over here. Looks like we do have a couple extra guys coming in. So let's go ahead and get them onto the sawmill because more wood means more everything. Here's General Borks. My lord, night is coming. This means the moon monsters will attack us and these warriors will help us defend ourselves from them. Okay. So as it said, the blue torches indicate the direction that the enemy is going to come from. So I'm going to go ahead and deploy my troops over in that direction. And meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and capture this area over here because this is where I'm going to be putting all my town buildings along with the sunstone workshop, which is going to allow us to get that good sunstone. Now I think we could do with some more food production, so we're probably going to go over here to the deer and get a hunter hut. There's no lakes on this one. You could get a fisherman hut, which the fisherman hut is actually really good. But a field with a windmill is also pretty good. But these cows and these sheep will be for farms, and then the deer will be for the hunters. So there we are. Another house would do us nicely, just to get some extra people in, and we're going to place a tavern soon. Because as you can see up here, there's the mood, and that's kind of like the happiness of the people in your little city. And here it is night. We'll get back into mood on the next one. So as you can see, the night people are going through, and they're actually being attacked by the wolves. So, you know what? I'm going to let them go for it. I am not bothered at all if the wolves are the ones that defeat the moon people. We don't really gain any experience or anything like that, but yeah, it would be very helpful for these wolves to kind of do our job for us a little bit. Now it's time for us to place down the hunter's hut, which we'll place in there. As you can see, we're only producing 60 food, but we need 90. So that is no bueno. I would like more than that, please. Next up, we're going to capture... Yep, that's about the mood. So yeah, the mood is kind of like the happiness of the population. And the more happy the people are, the more that they want to do things. And by that I mean they want to spawn in quicker. And the quicker that they spawn in, well, the sooner that we can get more people. So we're going to go ahead and place in a tavern here. And you know what, we're going to place it over here kind of by the castle a little bit. Right there seems good. And we're going to go ahead and add in another couple of houses. We're kind of just doing a little row of houses here. Now one thing I do want to try and avoid is putting things near the edge. Because then it will make it harder for us to build our walls. And as soon as we get the materials, I want to expand out to here and get these cows. And maybe this territory as well, just to kind of help round it out a little bit since the sunstone is there. And then finally I'll want to snatch this this stone production up here. Because stone is what we use to upgrade our buildings. So let's go ahead and capture this guy. Quick as we can. Let's go ahead and place a sawmill in as well. Because again, that wood production is incredibly important. Let's go ahead and get another couple guys out to there. Let's get somebody working on the sunstone because as you can see we're losing 35 a minute and we could do with some extra help. And let's go ahead and assign a guy to the hunter's hut. There we go. And let's put in another house here. Perfect. Now it said that we needed to get some archers up and running before the next night. And I would definitely have to agree with that. Archers are pretty important. So here we have the tavern, and you can see that our mood went ahead and shot up some. So that's very good. Now, I kind of want to stockpile some wood now, especially since we have that third sawmill up and running. And these sawmill workers are going to take a little bit longer to get stuff because they have to run all over the place now. Once they deplete it, those trees will regrow. It just takes quite a while. So, you know, it does help to have some extra help. So I'm going to take one guy off of there and put another one down there. Now, walls are pretty expensive in my opinion. They take up quite a bit, but you know, having a wall is better than having no wall. So now let's get our archery range up. And there it is. We'll go ahead and set the muster point right about here. And let's get our troops up and running. Am I going to end up expanding into that territory? Maybe. I don't know. Well, we'll be fine if we do it. So this is going to take 450 wood. That is a lot of our wood base. So, you know, we have that to contend with. We're producing 180 food now, though, so that's very good. A great start, that is for sure. And here we have our archers. I would like another house in here, if possible. Getting our little lane down. And let's go ahead and get 5 archers, just like they suggested. It will be good. We'll go ahead and get a ramp in here, which that will allow our archers to hop up on top of the wall. And I would place in a fountain or a statue, however, those require stone. So we need that stone soon, but the problem is we don't really have the resources for it. That'll take 600 wood. What we can do to improve that happiness, though, assign another man to the tavern, and they'll be pretty happy about it. Now, the way that the recruitment works is it takes any free people and it recruits them. But then it doesn't subtract from your population because a new guy spawns in their place. And a tower would be good. I would have to agree with that. So we'll go ahead and place in a tower over here on the left. And hope that we have enough guys. There we go. We have 5 archers. We'll go ahead and put them up on the wall there. And we have our swordsmen. We don't know which side that sometimes they come at from a little bit of an angle, so we'll see. We shall see which side they come in from. There's our extra sawmill guys. Let's go ahead and get an extra man in, because we definitely need more wooden walls. Let's go ahead and put one in there. Hopefully we'll have an extra builder to go ahead and build that. We could create a builder's guild, which means that we will always have a builder on hand. They also like to go and repair things, so I think that's what I'm going to do is go ahead and set in a builder and their guild. Which this wall is definitely going to be temporary because it's not going to be there for long when we expand to get that stone, which I'm hoping to do sooner rather than later. Let's go ahead and get these cows to secure our final food production area. And let's go ahead and get a farm, again, just to get that extra bit of food production up and running. So the next thing probably good to go is a windmill, although here we go. It is nighttime, and we can see all of the night people a-coming. Looks like they're slanting over to the right a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and move my archers, or not my archers, but my warriors over there to the right. The good news is the archers do have a pretty long range, but it looks like they are missing all their shots. Curious. But there goes our warriors to go and fight the lunar menace. I think we might actually take a couple of losses, so I need to move these archers over. Yeah, as you can see, some of our guys are taking some damage. We might lose all of our warriors, but that's okay because warriors aren't our main focus here. We're going to be focusing mainly on archers. Archers are going to be the best option that we have. As General Bork said, 40 archers seems like a good idea. So we're going to go ahead and put a builder in there, and he'll be our official builder for the time being. resources. A windmill would be good. Let's go ahead and just face it this way. That seems nice. And some extra houses would be lovely. Very, very lovely, because we have 19 out of 19. And having more is always going to be good. Let's go ahead and get this stone here. And hopefully we'll be able to get that stone quarry going sooner rather than later. As for military, I think the stone quarry is going to be more important. No, a wooden wall is much more important than the stone quarry. So we're going to go ahead and put that wooden wall in. And I think we're going to go ahead and demolish this wooden wall because we do want to protect the stone quarry over there. So that's going to refund us about half of what our original was. And that's okay. Now, an interesting mechanic is your units don't really die, at least not permanently. As you can see up here, 4 of our guys are awaiting resurrection. And the way that we do that is by making a church, and then you can send a priest over, and that priest will then go and let's get some more archers ready to go. Let's get 6 of them, which will be all of our monies, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and get another sunstone worker in there. But back to what I was saying, the church actually resurrects your guys. Because, you know, the sun apparently does that. It resurrects dudes. It's pretty cool. Let's get another hunter up and going, because we are getting close to outpacing our consumption, which that is a-okay, because we are working on it. Looks like we got a few more guys going here. I would like a guy to work in that stone quarry sooner rather than later. That would be lovely. It is taking a little bit for us to get everything going, but at least our food production is now up to 260, which is excellent. Okay, alright, so the guys spawning in, they're going straight to the academy there, so I'm going to go ahead and take them off of that, because I want to go ahead and get some extra stone, because with that stone we can make the church, and then we can get our warriors back. Now, as for military, it is time to place in some more walls. So, as you can see, it does have a pretty neat feature. If we need to flip the wall side, it can do that. You can also double side them. I haven't really found a use for that yet, but I'm guessing that, you know, it may be useful at some point if you're making really in-depth defenses. Right now, I'm just going to be making a basic wall that goes all the way around my colony. And that'll be that. Really, we have everything that we want inside of our walls. We have the place for the wheat. We have the place for the houses. We have all of our sawmills, all of our food production. So yeah, we're actually rocking pretty well here, and I'm pretty happy about that. Our builder man is cracking on, although it looks like some extra builders are going to help out with that. A well could be useful, that is for sure. What was I wanting to go for? That's right, a church. We need 20 stone for a church. Alrighty. We could also use 25 stone to add another worker to the tavern. Because as you can see, our mood is getting a little dowered, because there is plenty of people to go around. Let's get another couple of archers. It does say get 40 archers, which is a pretty sizable amount, if I do say so myself. Let's go ahead and get a tower in. Now, the towers do a few things, but first and foremost, it allows you to get your archers some better range, which I think is pretty important. Having some better range there. The mood is still not the best, which, you know, we'll work on it. We'll work on it. Oh, no, 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 no. Stop running through where the wolves are, because they will eat you. Please don't do that. In fact, I kind of want to block that off just so that way my idiots of a population don't go through there and get eaten. But hey, that's okay. So we need to save up our wood right now, so that way we can get the church up and going. The good thing about these towers is that they actually serve as a platform as well, or a ramp. That's what I was looking for, a ramp. But regardless, let's go ahead and let's turn the camera a little bit here, and let's get our archers up there on the wall. I would have liked... Okay, yeah, we can get a church, so let's go ahead and get that church up and going as soon as possible. Because that is going to be incredibly important in keeping us afloat. Because without those extra guys coming back from the dead, we are going to be absolutely hammered. Let's go ahead and get another couple of archers up and going. And I really like archers over, you know, the regular melee dudes because I'd rather shoot the dudes than have to try and fight them up close and personal, because that's just something that we're going to lose. So I don't think we're going to be able to get those guys resurrected before the end, and I'm honestly pretty worried about that they're not going to be able to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in some walls here, and what'll happen is it does kind of count as... Uh-oh. Yeah, see, that's what I didn't want to happen is that. But we're going to try and see if we can survive the night, and then we will go on from there. Now, this is a new type of enemy. This is a troll. So before they were just kind of like, you know, regular dudes. These guys are a little bit worse because they have big health pools and they do not take arrows. Yeah, as you can see, they just eat up those arrows really easily. And it looks like they're heading over to the right, so it's not going to be good. Alright, let's get our archers on the move. Thankfully, the trolls are getting engaged by the wolves there. And out comes the big boss wolf. I knew I kept these guys around for something. Now, one thing that is a little annoying is that the archers don't really want to move for some reason. And there goes our last swordsman. So, hopefully we'll be able to take care of the rest of these trolls. And there we go. Perfect. And it looks like the final boss wolf got taken out. But they're going to respawn, and, you know, I am okay with that. I do kind of like having those wolves around as an extra little layer of defense. I'm certainly not complaining. But now the church should hopefully be resurrected soon. We would like to have some more workers, so what we're going to do is we're going to make some decorations. Because what makes people happy? Fountains and statues and everything else. So we're going to be building those, and that's going to help us with getting everybody happy. And if they're happy, well, that's when we get more people entering the colony. But here is where we are going to stop it off, everybody. I hope that you enjoyed the episode. It might take 2 or 3 more episodes to finish this off, but I do hope that you enjoyed. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you in the next one.